Yo, yo, yo. Oh, yes. I had to do this audio. It's Wednesday, it's hump day. And, yeah. We're in the PT Cruiser, the fag car, and 22nd day of October, and we're getting closer and closer to Halloween, get that spooky season, the begging season. November 1st is your official, you can start asking for money, and everything's all good in the hood as we leave the hood. Sometimes, I mean, I know the word trigger likes to be thrown around, but it is Trigger City with BlindViews. And yes, you do care. All right. It's amazing that a young man on vacation that's supposed to be having the time of his life, I think he's triggered more by Old Man Nation. I mean, this comes down to me and him. We're the only pushback on his behavior. When I do my audios, Carl comes on and does it in an audio version. And Carl called me. I was watching Survivor, and the one where the guy got bit by the snake, and he had to go home, and got time for his son to be born. So that was good. So I watched that and whatever else. So he called me, so I watched it. Went to bed. It was epic. It was just absolutely hilarious that he's pissing and moaning and trying to compare people losing their arms and legs to being, somewhat, I guess, blind, right? That he would take time out of his day on vacation to do a trigger video. It is a trigger video. I mean, I defend myself, but he could tell he's pissed. He's too ballless to say, the drunken Mr. Mumbles, but he's too ballless to say who it is because he's not used to the pushback that he gets. He's not used to this. He's used to the faceless trolls. And he's always been the hater and, pissing and moaning. And, he's in his studio now. He's a man out of the box and he can't handle it. So I think it's absolutely hilarious that he is whining and pissing and moaning about me and Old Man Nation. And I saw someone know something before. It's like, why do you care, where everybody else? Because that's what he's not used to pushback. That's one here in the paper. Good morning, everyone. Hey, Marine. What's going on? How goes the battle? Did you order this cold weather? Oh, you got look. You got the jacket on. You all ready to go? Oh my God! Well, I think we better start getting the ponds ready. Hockey time for the kids already, right?
Oh, yeah.
They what? Yeah, I know. I totally agree. It is. I'm actually buying a gopher on your behalf. I'm gonna beat you the punch on the my gopher.
Oh,
yeah. I bought a lottery ticket a long time. But 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, there we go. Keeping you busy, my friend? Keeping you busy? Cowboy Killers. The winning numbers, please. Hopefully someday. I mean, someday he'll come in here and
Pop that bastard.
Oh, someday.
I just picked up a new generator for the house.
Oh, you did? How much that cost you?
They're not cheap.
They're not cheap. Yeah, I know. I've seen them before. They're not cheap.
They're not cheap. I got a nice Predator 6500.
Yeah. Yeah, they're not cheap. They went for the jobs up north. I know they're not cheap at all.
No, not, but we needed a new one.
I agree. Got to be safe than sorry. Have a good day, Marine. I'll talk to you. How you doing today? Good. So our boy went and got married on us, huh?
Right.
Yeah. So is he going to transition to the proverbial woman, or what's the deal?
I think she is true.
Okay. All right. There you go, my friend. Stay triggered, stay fun, have a good time. All right. Behave yourself. Well, like my auntie always said, you're not guilty as long as you don't get caught. I'll see you later. All right. Good old Marine. I know that those generators are not cheap. Anyways. But, it's amazing that, I mean, if he didn't care, he wouldn't respond to me and Old Man Nation, who did a really good video, and I did this morning. This will be up before or after the twin brother walking back and forth, and the audios I do and ripping on them. What is that out there or whatever else, and just the one on the island. Let's try the videos coming out. I think today, rich people suck because he's jealous of that behavior. But comparing people that actually have no legs, that they're gone, and arms, it's just disingenuous. It's in its title, Blind Views, right? That's the way I see it, right? I mean, I get being somewhat. You can't. I mean, I have bad eyes. I got to wear cheats when I read the paper. But it's just fun to rip on the guy where 1 minute in a video, as Casey Grist pointed out, he is using a cane, walking in the mall, which he got booted out of, but then he doesn't. He can walk pretty fine and look at things and point things and whatever else. It's you can't have both ways. But when he left the studio, all of a sudden, walking in the streets and do just fine too as well. I'm sorry, but if you're that short-sighted, that partially blind, you just don't walk half-heartedly around and walks towards the camera. He's a one-way street guy. He put the video out for the right in the afternoon. I happened to see for members only. But it was only out for like 2 hours because he just couldn't wait for the masses to listen to it. He couldn't wait. He was so triggered, so they put it up for everybody else. So what? The membership's got an extra 2 hour in advance. It's just kind of like a pre-show, like a sound check, right? When you win, they bring people in for members on these message boards. You get a sound check for the band, whoopee-doo, and a handshake for the money you pay for whatever else. So he gave the sound check to all people that paid this guy money monthly, which you don't get anything from this guy except just giving him money, right? He's a taker. But it was, if he didn't care what we thought about him, he wouldn't have done that video. Walking along, he's on vacation, supposed to have the time of his life, but he's taking time out of his day to do a trigger video, Trigger City. Yeah, you do care. It just shows that, what do I get on my views? 80, sometimes 100. Old Man Nation gets maybe 100. But the two grown-ass white men are ripping on him, and he can't handle it. Just shows how thin-skinned he is. He can't handle two guys give him crap about his double standards, whining and pissing and moaning, lusting over these women on YouTube, and but he's such a fish out of water without the studio. When he does his rip videos, and if Tater isn't, he even admitted if Tater's not doing a video, or what's his name, any other guys, he has nothing else to talk about because he's not a very good vlogger. He has no idea what the hell he's looking at. He can see it. He's too lazy to do research to say, hey. If he was bragging about all these houses, then drive around and show the houses that you drive by instead of just heavy music driving by people. I mean, I do my driving videos. I'll point things out. I'm talking. You can follow along. But who am I? I'm just an idiot. But it's just. I knew it was slowly getting under his skin because I put him in my notes all the time. I rip on the guy. Because he just can't handle it that it's a two-way street when you rip. Hey, people make fun of me, and Beef Lo-Mein, the hot dog king, calls me Cowpote. I don't care. Yeah, it's fine. He can kind of say the name correctly, but until you can say the name correctly, then you have permission. Until then, it doesn't make any sense. But hey, my nickname is Cowboy since I was 5 or 6, and people call me Cowgirl. It's like, it's, in every sense of imagination, people have called me my nickname. That's fine. That's the way she goes, But that was an epic trigger. Because that was a Trigger City, man. Walking towards the camera, it's a you problem, If you didn't care, you wouldn't have done the video. Plain and simple. You wouldn't have. You ignore it and you say, I'm not going to bother. But you can tell he listens to me, and also like he'll listen to Old Man Nation, because Old Man Nation is a little more upfront about it, and that's a guy who used to be in the hater community, and I think he maybe, if Carl talks about the guy, those people that used to be in his realm, and now that they've come over here, you come over to my podcast and come on. Well, then now you're disloyal. It's the brown shirts. That's who he leads. The people that love the adjudicated rapist, convicted felon, like it or not, draft dodger. I'll repeat it: flat feet, and plays an awful lot of golf. Taking away food from people now, SNAP, whatever else. Our government's supposed to take care of our people instead of, go ahead, come on. You're in the pedestrian walk. I'm supposed to stop like the law says, and you walk across your coffee in your hand. Great. There you go. All right, let's get on Highway 100. Should be able to get through that Lowry Tunnel without a problem today. It varies from time to time, but it's amazing. I've stopped. I'm looking at you. I'm giving you the finger to go across. Okay. Anyways, but it's just amazing how this guy who's got 13,000 subs, who's a known hater and a negative Nelly that he is, can't handle pushback, because I don't think he's ever experienced people. If they did, he smacked on the leave. I don't care. People have called me all kinds of names since I've been in this podcasting social media platform and blog talk radio days. 3 people came by my house. Didn't help out for 2 of them. Didn't work out very well. They got their asses whipped, but that's the way she goes. People, he can't handle that the food. He can see the food talking and moving and talking about the guy and putting his name in there. That's all there is to it. Ace Frehley, the ghost of Ace Frehley, is pissed. That was just an epic. It put a smile on my face to watch that last night before I went to bed, because quick and even in whining and trying to compare people losing legs and arms and other things that are gone compared to what his level of blindness, which he likes to play that cripple card. He could probably drive. I mean, if he really wanted to, just he'd rather have a slave drive him around. Drive him down the beach, walk on the beach, bitch about Tater. I feel sorry for the wife, because she's got to, where are you going? I got to go out and do a trigger video. I'll be right back, I mean, I'll go sit out on the deck. I got to go do a video. I got to talk about something. She has no problem. I get a cigar and I light up and I sit in the deck. I love doing those. Those are fun. You puff on a cigar. I love the walk and talk, walking on the railroad tracks, doing something like that. That's always fun. But, whatever, but. Oh, yes, you do, Ace Frehley. Oh, yes, you do, Robert Plant. You care. You care big time while you're on this nice vacation, thinking about all the fun things that you're doing, but you're worried what I say about you and what Old Man Nation says about you. It's just, but I still love it how he puts it out with his all his fans for maybe 3 hours, and they get a pre-show, and then boom, he releases it. Whoever's paying for that stuff, you're getting screwed. With him, it is a pig and a poke. He doesn't put any of that stuff out because he's too lazy. Giving that guy money, I guess you're going to give money. You're giving money again. This behavior, you're enriching YouTube when you're giving him money. That's all there is to it. Wherever you get money to, and you create a super chat, you're just enriching YouTube. That's all you're doing. The ad blocking, you're enriching YouTube. That's all you're doing. Because they're going to get the money. That's the way she goes. Someone gets paid for it when you ad block, because the advertisers want their money. So that's all there is to it. But people don't understand that. Giving creators money on here, it still will always drive me absolutely batty and insane. But it is what, I guess grown-ass people can do what they want. But I did a video on my TikTok about panhandling. I don't know, it's got like 3,000 views, and people pissed off. That's why I don't give. It's like, okay. I just put my tips out and say that I'm panhandling in downtown Minneapolis, and people get off. One people goes, "That's rage content." Yeah, yes, it is, because people rage. So it's pretty funny doing those every once in a while. The TikTok panhandling. There was a guy one time, a panhandler, actually put my video up and commented on it. Was pissing him on about it. And I commented down below, do you really think it's true? Do you really think this is true, that I'm doing this? You're an idiot. It just shows that you believe what you see. I said, it was funny, and then he took it down. I said, you look like a total moron. He took the video down, because I said, not panhandling. It's my tip money, you moron. I'm just playing games. But someone else the same thing. And I get tagged in it. I'm like, you're an idiot. You know, I'm just screwing around. I'm lying on purpose to flush out the truth, to have some fun about panhandling in downtown Minneapolis off of Washington and Broadway. And one guy, I drove by looking for it, I didn't see you. So people were driving by, because I said that's where I was going to be the next day. People were driving by looking for me. That's how rage people were, that I was actually panhandling, because people believe what they see on TikTok and on YouTube. They believe it. They see it, right? And it's fun to do bold-faced lies and flush out the truth, right? But, yeah, it was just hilarious that, good old BlindViews, Ace Frehley, the ghost of Ace Frehley, whining, pissing, and moaning, comparing arms lost and legs lost, and you're just out working. He's got the sweatshirt on, trying to covering up the prison tattoos. He does look like a convict with his hair and his prison convict. He does all his tattoos. He literally looks like he just got out of the Hooskow. Just got out. He's a wannabe biker, aka inmate with all these tattoos, and like he's a roadie and everything else. He's playing that idea that he's Mr. Tough Guy, But it's a shame that he's on vacation in Florida on the hater one, and he's triggered and whining and pissing and moaning instead of spending time with his wife, hanging out at a bar, having a beer, a cheap beer, maybe a Modella. That's what you should be doing. Going to the local Jamboree and Houdanny. You're actually walking around enjoying the sights with your wife holding her hand. Oh, no. Too busy walking the backyard, pissing and moaning about me, too afraid to say their names. He's too chicken. So it's just a shame that he has to take time out of a great vacation to do a trigger video. Because you got to edit that all together, put it up, plug in the laptop, upload it, and that time you could be watching TV or doing something. I don't know, walking down by the ocean, doing something. I don't know. But he is so worried about me. And I guess people making comments down below, which, I read something pretty funny. But I always say thank you when people make a comment down below. I always, thank you very much, appreciate it. I always appreciate it. The white hats come over, the brown shirts, which is a fact. So, like, it was 2 balls to call it the Gulf of America. And that's what the leader of the free world called it, But, yeah. Oh, my God, that was absolutely hilarious. When Carl called me, I listened to it. I'm like, that was originally with the members. Now it's for the lower people on the Titanic now. I appreciate that. But, young man, brown shirt, leader, BlindViews, Lonnie. It's too bad you're getting triggered by a nobody. Literally a nobody I am. No one cares about my channel. Yeah, I'm at 1,000. Not a big deal. Barely break 100 on some. I do my NFL shows. I mean, I make my money over on Spreaker. That's where I cut my teeth. YouTube is just fun to do videos like this and audios and whatever. And, it's the Florida vlog. It's what it is. And he left the house. I still want to know, he needs to approach this in a separate trigger video, why he could not travel with Barack Hussein Obama, and how now, with the leader of the brown shirts, the official leader, the dumbass white boys, Donald J. Trump, who was brainwashed. See, when you get one thing about voting Trump in, when the majority of the people are dumb, they'll vote you in, just like people when they preach hate with Jesse Jackson. When you get people that think they're being marginalized, they will follow you because you're speaking their language, right? But why? I want to know how all of a sudden did Donald J. Trump give him a visa to leave the country or leave the state of Pennsylvania? I just need to know how and why he can travel now. Remember before he couldn't travel because of Barack Obama. Ruined it for him. And as the leader of the brown shirts takes away his insurance and snap anything else, then what's he going to do? Living off government money because he didn't save his money, driving around, having the time of his life. He lives a very hateful life. He has a lot of hate in his soul and a lot of jealousy and envy of people. That's his problem. He misses, he wish he had this life of traveling like a gypsy, running around like Tater does. He wishes he could do that. He really, really does. He wishes he could run around and do whatever he wants, and life would be great. And but it's just the way she works, man. And I think it's hilarious that two idiots on this video platform are triggering him, and he can't handle ripping on him. He can't handle it. And I think it's absolutely hilarious. So, I had to do a video. I had to. Audio, in the video platform, because that was such a trigger video of whining and pissing and moaning about the blindness, comparing him to other people who have lost legs and arms, which is disingenuous. That you can obviously see. I know, I get there's a level of blindness, but he sure makes himself a way around town, walks just fine, has crutches as a cane when it's convenient for him to make himself look like a cripple. Like when he was in the mall, had the cane, can walk around. I'm sorry, but it's a fact. You can point things out. You can look at this and look at that. You move your head around. It's sorry, man. You claim it's in your tire. You're blind. That's the way you see it. So you can play guitar. You can edit. Put it all together. You can watch Tater and look at the roof of the ceiling, how great it worked out for you, and how he lays everything out in the whole place. So you can see that just perfectly, just fine. Sorry, man. Like I said, my brother-in-law, he's lost his eyes when he was, I don't know, was it? She said, I think 3 months. I thought it was quicker than that. But with Obama, he's blind. He has no eyes. But he makes do. He doesn't use it as a crutch. You use your alleged blindness as a crutch and feel sorry for me. Give me money, right? He's an e-bagger. Supposed to be Republican. We're supposed to, you make that money for people to spend that money. Like in this town, we have a lot of fraud going on. But I just thought it was kind of hilarious. I do appreciate you coming to the audio on this Wednesday hump day. Everybody out there, I appreciate it. I do not have sexual relations with that woman, Miss Lewinsky. The Cowpote podcast. You guys appreciate all the views over on Spreaker. The crowd's on their feet, and you gotta feel sorry for BlindViews. All right. Let's give them a laugh. Ready? All right. Have a good day. Feed Mongering Radio. Probably tomorrow. See y'all later.